Good morning, Vietnam. Anyways, what's up? How's it going, guys? You're going play games. Finish. Uh, uh, that's what I'm doing. Uh, I played Pokemon Go Fest on Pokemon Swoop. I want to see that. You crazy bitch.
Show you if this is the right guy. Charlie's talking about him. I was actually going to make a dedicated video, but I think this might be one of the most disgusting things I've seen on stream. If you love dogs, you're about to hate this guy. So let's get into it.
About he's a degenerate streamer that no one really watches in the first place. His career is a bigger flop than the new Snow White movie. And apparently he's been banned numerous times from basically every streaming platform, but he keeps crawling his way back like the little roach that he is.
Alright, we're back.
And even though he's a public nuisance that's perpetually goober
Alright, here we go.
even really have a community of people that follow him ironically. Typically with a special specimen like this, there will be people that tune in just to watch all of the madness unfold and point and laugh at the guy. But he doesn't even have that because he is just so unbelievably lame. He's such a colossal loser that it's not even fun to watch him ruin his life. Like, you get more entertainment out of a knock-knock joke than tuning into this guy's stream.
That's a knock-knock joke, goddamn.
Fly around. And there's an endless supply of things you can easily shoot spitballs at when it comes to this guy. But there's one in particular that I want to focus on, and the whole reason I'm making this. How often and how proudly he abuses his dog on stream.
That. Oh my god.
Don't tell me what I do when I'm like, bro, this bitch's thing is she gave me a fucking...
Dude, don't have a dog if you're gonna do that.
She knows she'll get hurt if she don't listen.
I imagine this brain-dead moron can't spell the word context, but I already know
I genuinely think that if your life is so out of control that you have to resort to
beating
to make yourself feel big, I think you should be brought on display in front of your city.
Okay, no, that's a little bit too much. That's okay, no, that's a little bit too much. Like, you should just be banned from things. Not doing all of that. No. That's a little bit too much, Checkdown. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that part. I don't. I'm sorry. I do not agree with that part.
Defense of this clip, you would
just because.
Version for the full scoop because you're only taking a snippet of it. It's out of context, even though there's really no amount of context that justifies hitting your dog.
Because I don't think it makes that sense. You know what I mean?
And then forcefully dragging it back into the room to throw onto your chair. But if you want the full version of this clip, which is also equally hard to watch and also still paints a very bad picture of this piece of shit, I'll go ahead and show you that too.
Come here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Come here, Peaches. Don't, bro. This bitch's thing is she gave me a fucking.
Yeah, no, that's when I'm like, yeah, I get it, but not that excessive. You know what I mean? Anybody here that I use, Sid, Angelica, Karen, Says, Litica, Bassar, Tenebro.
The dog is horrified of this dude.
This is my fucking dog. I don't give a
Tamarine I use a lot, so probably Tamarine.
You're not taking my dog away from me. I don't give a fuck. You're not taking my fucking dog away from me. The fuck, stay. You're not taking my fucking dog away from me. I don't give a
I use Royale a lot, so yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. If your dog is running away from you, screaming and crying as you're hitting it, you genuinely need to give up that dog. Someone needs to take this dude's dog away from him. This shit is fucking terrible.
to calm this raging dork down and try and remove the dog from a dangerous situation here from him. And he continues to fucking fee-fi-fo-fum his way around there and forcefully grabbing the dog and slamming it onto his chair, which again causes the dog to scream in pain and try and run away in terror from this menace. And I'm pretty sure he tries to paint this as like a, oh, I just lost my dog, and she was trying to separate me from my dog. This bitch is trying to take my dog. You won't take my dog away from me, my beloved pet that I cherish. Which is a bunch of
I get it. Like, I do. Know that I get it.
Even points out, like, stop hitting the dog, and then at the end of that clip, he does, like, try and rub the dog's chest after he has slammed the dog onto that chair multiple times.
Yep.
He needs to have this dog removed from him. This is not fair to that animal.
No, and it will be. It will be from what? Oh, yeah, no. That dog needs to leave.
Sites just like not see their streamers.
Yeah, no.
This guy's stream. I'm gonna hopefully deal with this guy. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can deal with this guy. Where's he? Can't ask that.
Can't ask that. Yeah, no, don't ask that.
Sorry guys, I get really angry when it comes to the abuse of animals.
Yeah, I get that, but you gotta learn that there's steps.
What a vile piece of shit.
There are steps, Tectone. There are steps.
What a vile piece of shit.
There are steps to it, Tectone. Just...
The rest of her fucking life. She's standing there for the rest of her fucking life. Fuck all that. That bitch is standing there forever. Fuck that dog.
Oh, there's a worse clip, by the way, that you guys haven't seen. Even rewatch this, because I knew what I was getting myself into. And so I pre-watched a lot of these clips, so I would be less affected. Even still, I want to... Man, I can't say it on Twitch.
You can't stop, Tectone, stop.
Wants to commit suicide, that dumb bitch. Hope you jumped off the balcony.
Hunts the dog right in front of its face in the cage. For no reason. The dog's not... Watch that again, guys. The dog's not doing anything. And he punts the fucking cage in front of the dog's face.
Jumps off the fucking balcony.
The dog is fucking horrified. What a big, strong man. What a big, strong, tough guy. Man, this guy's so cool. I'm gonna get this guy permabanned.
And really feel the
Do it.
regular old John Wick here.
I wouldn't go watch it at that point. Just do it. You know, just do it.
Human being this is. It's fucking unhinged, man. In so many clips, this girl is constantly trying to get him to stop hitting the dog and stop, like, being really mean to the dog and, like, locking it up and threatening it.
Okay, yeah, that's something which you gotta do something about now. You gotta do something about that. Why are you doing that? Brother.
There's a guy in his chat saying, beat that dumb service dog up. Bad dumb dog. Peaches needs to be strangled.
What the okay. Okay.
What the
Okay. That's a little bit too excessive if you think now.
Just look at some of these messages in his chat from these...
Jesus, we're gonna talk about it.
Tectone's like, oh Jesus.
I get so excited every time he starts to talk about killing his dog or when he starts hitting his dog. It's like this first one. Peaches need to be strangled. That's his dog's name. Clearly not a service dog. Beat that dumb service dog up. Bad dumb dog. Like, what the fuck? He is addicted to talking to his dog like it's a League of Legends ranked game. Like, this kind of shit here he tries to downplay as, like, not being super serious, and the community tries to delude themselves into thinking that he's just trolling, but I think it's pretty clear he does mean these things. He actively hits his dog. I think it's pretty clear we have a lot of evidence to indicate that he means this vile shit that he's spouting about his dog. I am also very shocked that I even used that nomenclature, community, to describe what he has, because that's not what he has. He has like 4 people that tune in occasionally and make like 1 message in chat every 10 minutes. Like, you can see it.
This guy needs to be permabanned off every single platform.
I mean, yes. I believe that.
That'll probably be a good thing for his life. It kind of is a sick joke in and of itself.
For yourself, the proof is in the pudding.
I don't know how he's not banned already.
Somehow this brain-dead worm thought it'd be a good idea to post his dead chat on screen, and that shit is not moving. That's going at a glacial pace. You're seeing more activity on Yahoo Answers than you will in one of his streams, and Yahoo Answers has been shut down, buried in the dirt for like 9 years.
Yep.
I cannot believe
Okay,
that he's up there on his own accord. So
10:46.
really
Okay, we're a little bit
anything like that.
expedition.
I couldn't help but talk about this guy because this is just infuriating. And
Oh.
I haven't seen another streamer so proudly just abuse their pet on stream like this. It's craziness.
How is it? Why does he wake up and slap the fucking dog? It's just sitting there. Like this guy's just being a piece of shit for the sake of being a piece of shit. Jesus.
Give it up.
And a borderline personality cunt. She is like only use me Blades X. She is bad news.
Jesus.
If you don't shut your mouth, okay?
He pulled that fucking thing by its tail.
Okay, let's see.
All of them, but I don't think there's any need to show you more. This kind of thing is just heartbreaking. That dog seems like
it's
such a
disgusting.
sweetheart that does not deserve to have an owner like this. No dog does. This shit is just so foul. Yeah, like, and another thing he'll do is he'll hit the dog really
Vamos.
hard. He'll hit Peaches hard as fuck, and then very lightly, like in that first clip where he was sleeping. In fact, most of the clips you can find of this guy.
He slaps the fuck out of the dog as hard as he can. And then he'll give it a light tap. That way he has an out to his audience of, what, dude, I barely even touched her. It's like, brother, you smacked the fuck out of that dog when it was sleeping. You grabbed it by the tail and dragged it back. Do you know how painful that is for a dog?
Are sleeping on stream. That's like the main thing he does is just fucking hibernate and hope people will donate. Well,
I'm just gonna keep on sweeping this to hopefully beat it.
and just clobber Peaches on the snout and then lightly tap Peaches on the head. And then he even had the gall to make a gesture up here to try and invite Peaches to come sleep on his chest. It's crazy how often and how proudly he does this shit, and even more crazy that there's like 6 or 7 weirdos that'll watch and cheer him on, encouraging the behavior.
I don't get it.
And I imagine that's a big motivator for this guy. He'll just bring Peaches on stream, threaten to kill the dog, and hit the dog quite a bit, and get some cheers and applause from these absolute fucking vermin that are watching him. But like I said, most of his clips that you'll find are him sleeping. That seems to be like the bulk of what he does is just go to sleep while filming it. But his most popular clip isn't from his snoozing streams. It's actually from him threatening to shoot some kids. Like inviting them out so he can shoot them.
Where are you from? What's the background?
From Toronto, kid. Pull up. Pull up. Your little ass gun that you never shot in your life. Put that. Show me the bullet.
No, man.
Exactly. Fake ass gun, boy. Yeah, come pull up, boy. Come pull up.
Let's fucking do this, mate. Let's fucking do this. I'm gonna fucking bring my fucking tail, man. Big real cable.
Okay, yeah, really come to Toronto now. Really come to Toronto, pussy boy. Don't remember, I'll see you around, kid, and I'm gonna light you up in them hollows. I swear to God, I will.
Show me.
I'm my mom's life, and I ain't a federal little boy. I'm streaming right now, pussy.
I hate hassles, so I'll deal with you all at once.
That is the biggest
I thought I'd be getting some rest.
I felt that.
No mercy. In a real fight.
Now, don't be a wuss.
thing would fight someone who's
Go
what a
away.
absolute
Let a girl have her peace, will ya?
See, boy? Yeah, come to Toronto. Record this, baby boy. Record this, pussy boy. That got record like a good little bitch. Record like a good little bitch.
Ow.
yeah, that's who we beat.
Oh, well, she's dead.
Children, women, dogs. Yep.
Hold on. I got an idea. Jeremy is dead.
Absolute bitch.
Got it.
And then says, yeah, come to Canada, bro. If you're so
There are
hard, go to
already
that.
several other
That's
expedition
what all
teams
these
hard at
pussies do.
work.
They say, yeah, come up to Canada, come up
So,
to Canada. No, they're
take
not.
her out.
It's their fucking time because you don't matter. If you're you're so hard, bro. Go to them, man. Let's see it. Talking all that shit can't back up nothing.
Incredible stuff.
So do. I do have Destiny built. Okay, great. I have Destiny built.
That seems like some real degenerate shit across.
Do that one.
But I will say that insult of like record like a good little bitch, that falls really flat when you yourself are also
Recording like a good little bitch.
That's two sides of the same coin. In fact, that's
not yet. I'm gonna do that today.
Not exactly the optimal.
I have
took some self-sustained damage on that one.
10
yourself in the confusion there as well, since that
20 more Pokemon. Epic 7. Pokemon's gonna be starting around 8:30-ish. 8:30, 8:40.
I think that shit's
8:30 or 40. I'm gonna start playing Pokemon.
Yeah, so what you guys should do
I gotta make a list because I did a lot. I did a lot the other day. So I gotta make a list again.
what a waste of
But it's like 15-ish that I got left to do.
I may be no hero.
Which I'm really hoping I get the rest of them because that's what I really want to do. Like, the only game that I love that I can complete right now
in France, streaming has turned lethal
is Legends Arceus.
And we're gonna get into that today on the Legal Minds.
Like, I would love for Pokemon games to go back to normal, man. Like that, where you can catch all your Pokemon in one game. That should be fun as fuck. Do you think for Legends ZA, do you think we're gonna have to have Legends Arceus to even remotely finish the Pokédex in Legends ZA? I wonder if that'll happen. Which is good because I have Legends Arceus, so that's great.
I may be no hero.
How cool would that be?
But I can still be your worst nightmare.
I think it would make sense. You know what I mean? I think it would make total sense. If that happened. It'll make total sense. It would make sense if they do that. Because Legends, Arceus, Legends EA, you know, I don't know. It's gonna be very insane to see how that really does go. Yeah, come back around like, come back like in 30-ish minutes. I should be ready to go by then. I gotta do some of the raids, so you're probably gonna catch me in the middle of a raid.
Let me put in some effort.
We do not know all of the facts. If I find anything that's incorrect, if I make a statement, if I had information that was mistranslated, I will issue a correction. I will have an update. But I'm just getting it out there as soon as possible. This also does deal with content that indeed talks about humiliation, talks about, obviously some physical stuff going on in here. Particularly sensitive to any of that.
Don't be a wuss.
Yeah, because if you want to help me finish Pokédex, I am all okay with that.
I felt that.
Beast of the West.
Don't go dodging that.
And I'll make a list before you come around too, so. It's gonna be fine. Should be fine.
I may be no hero.
Come on.
But I can still be your worst nightmare. Oh, I felt that.
Come on.
You're no fun.
On Kick, so very large following there on that platform as well as on TikTok. Now he died.
Getting some rest.
Investigation has been opened by law enforcement, but there's still, according to latest reports, an autopsy which will tell us a lot about how he died. It has been reported that he, by some sources, that he had a heart condition and was taking heart medication. So certainly he died of normal stress in his heart? Did he have normal pressure?
You got a lot. That's good.
Contributed to that. And in this case, there is a situation because what we had
An
10
unknown
days
power
before
has brought
was
unrest
10
to the
days of
sanctuary.
humiliation on stream by his friends, and I'm putting quote unquote friends because it is hotly debated from what I've seen in the francophone circles and in media whether these people
There we go.
are true friends or whether they were streamers that were taking advantage of them. They go by the name of Naruto, Owen, Sinza Zandati, and Safine. There were others involved as well. There's streamers that popped on and involved in this as well, but those two are the ones majorly mentioned, and they've come out and issued statements about this.
Okay.
And they were submitting him to humiliation, some of which I'm going to give you the recap of on the Fast Facts. Of course, the live, I will play some of the videos so they'll see it. But it's been described as 10 days and nights of torture, extreme physical violence, and sleep deprivation, and ingestion of toxic substances. Now, I'm just doing some clips here, but you see here, they've got him here. They've got boxing gloves on. They're punching him, kind of beating him up there. And over here, this is another video, and when you play it, this translation is lets out a mentally ill cry. This reactions and the reactions he often has are reactions you would see in somebody with mental illness.
How do I get him to?
Normal person reacting. It was definitely something that I think if you look deeply into it, buried into it, there was some mental illness or something going on there in his mentality when you see the reactions. They would shoot him with paintball guns, put him in the kind of locks, and hold him down, etc. Punch him, choke him out. You see here, there's a bunch of guys here kind of teaming up. They got his hand around his neck. They're kind of choking him out. They got him barred in there. This guy's just sitting there watching, right? This was this type of content, this humiliation content that they were doing for the past 10 days. See here, he's been pulled back and they're covering him with some substance. I don't know whether they're making him eat it or not, but it's all over him.
Yeah, that's so sad, dude.
The most disturbing things to me was both, these are two separate instances and calls.
Okay.
One of them, this is his
I don't know.
who was calling him up and kind of hanging the sword of Damocles of his livelihood and his housing, kind of saying, hey, you've got to do this if you want to stay alive, if you want to have your livelihood, your dreams, you want to, stay inside, you've got to keep doing this. You can't give up. And kind of talking into continuing this thing. And you can see here's the money tracker, right? So obviously he is making money on this. There's money to be made on this, right? But at what price? And in this right one, as you see, he's kind of dressed up here. He's got the stockings on, all this. They're humiliating him. He's actually on the phone with his mother. And his mother is begging him to please stop, please leave, please just quit. And, it's really a situation where he was put, between these friends and this lifestyle and, what he was doing on
Yeah, not worried about that, which sucks.
Mom, people care about him saying, hey, look, you should stop this. And it was really heartbreaking to see that.
50. We're doing good.
That you're so desperate that
All right.
you are having to
next game.
Mom and others who care about you. That's a very dark place to be. That's a very, very dark place to have to exist for Jean. So what happens here? What are the legal considerations now that he's passed away? And of course, after this, he did pass away on stream while on stream. And even the chat was kind of pointing out, hey, this guy died on stream. So what are the legal considerations here? First of all, a lot of people bring up Section 230. It happens in the comments in the live chat. Guys, this is not U.S., so obviously we're not applying Section 230. But even if Section 230 was applied, this does not protect any crime. So to the extent that a crime was committed here, that would not be any protection for, let's say, a platform under Section 230. Further, waivers and exculpatory clauses, which I believe in the French legal system. Once again, I'm not a French lawyer, just did some research. It appears that they also have exculpatory clauses, and it appears they do not protect against criminal behavior. So you can't protect against reckless endangerment, gross negligence, or intentional harm. That's similar to the American system. If you sign up for bungee jumping and they were reckless and they saw the rope,
let's see. Other people participating. Not really. We lost contributions.
Right? That's maybe even intentional, right? Yeah, that's not.
Pass more leeway.
So if you're doing something
they don't know the state of the game, but hopefully people stay and continue to play.
In many places in the world, and I believe, once again, I'm making the guess here, but from what I've seen, I believe France might be the same way. Also, it appears that France also has contributory negligence, which in French, fait de la victime. No, that is, contributory negligence is when you may have contributed towards that. I haven't reviewed all the video, and I don't know to what extent Jean may have come and added to it himself. Maybe he was doing something that contributed to the circumstances related to his death. Maybe he was not. That's something that come into play. Now, it does not completely block you from recovering damages in court or block you from liability or criminality, but it can be factored in. So if the party did something, it did something to cause their own problem, then it can be factored in. Now, it's so early. It's way too early. We do not have enough information to assign guilt or
More than what we are. As long as we keep some active members, it should be okay.
here. All I'm saying is when I look back and I look at all of this stuff here, this does not look good. None of this stuff looks good at all. And beyond that, I want to bring up the topic of censorship versus free speech, because this is something that's been coming up a lot lately. And I want to make my position even more clear and kind of articulate this, because while some people may say this type of content needs to be censored or removed completely, I think there is a balance with moderation to protect free speech. And there's a difference, right? So censorship is usually broadly banning content or creators that go against established norms.
Alrighty, let's see what we got.
Saying, hey, we're going to censor anything that involves anything that would be embarrassing, right? Well, if you censor anything that's embarrassing, that's a lot of content, right? That could be almost everything, right, in terms of content. However, it's censorship isn't just that. Censorship is saying, hey, there's only certain news outlets, and these are the ones we like, and we're only going to let information come through them. It's got almost no transparency. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what the censors are using to
How's this?
rule one way or another. It's kind of
Why is that in Japanese?
They're censoring one thing or another based on a whim or based on a trend or whatever else.
I'm confused about that.
Because really the only solution is you cannot do this. It's not you can do this in one way. It's no, you cannot do this. We're just censoring it. You can't have this type of content. And I think censorship is indeed a massive threat to free speech. And I think there's many historical instances where we can see that this is a clear threat and it's a problem. It's caused a problem in the societies where they have had massive
Lay out foes. Let's go.
problems. And
Fucking go.
end up accessing that information or content one way or another, whether that's through the black market, the gray market, etc. They're going to get that information somehow, some way. So I'm not a big fan of censorship. However, moderation, I think in an ideal world, once again, ideal because moderation can cross the line to censorship. I think addressing specific content or creators that cross very specific boundaries within a specific community. Once again, how specific is that? It's laser focused, saying, okay, we have this very specific problem. How do we address this very specific problem in the most minimally obtrusive way? And that's consistent with US law and a lot of other legal principles. We want to intrude as little as possible, do as little as possible to regulate this, the true minimum. I think that is in line with moderation. I think it's adaptable to each platform and context. And I think that's completely compliant with the principles of free speech and has limited impact on free speech. And ultimately, in ideal moderation, it's transparent. You're telling people, hey, this is why you're banned. This is what the lines are. This is what the boundaries are. And you're communicating that openly. You're not trying to hide the ball. You're not trying to pretend that it's one thing and it's another. No, you're ideally telling people why they are moderated and why they are banned. And you can have a flexible method both in how you go out and communicate the guidelines. You can say, okay, here's the guidelines. You have 30 days to comply or 15 days to comply or whatever. You can give people warnings. You can just say, hey, look, we're not going to ban you off this platform. We're going to give you a warning. We're going to tell you what you did wrong. Hey, we're going to give you a good explanation of what you did wrong. Not just, hey, you broke the guidelines generally. I'm looking at you, YouTube. YouTube sometimes does that. YouTube's not perfect. Saying, hey, specific reason you did this wrong. Please fix this in a future video. And you can say, oh, okay, I did this. Okay, I got it. Let me fix that. And by scaling back and giving that kind of flexible explanation and as minimal as possible to correct the measure, I think this will make things good. And where I want to see things go with this is to improve moderation while avoiding censorship. I think censorship is bad, but moderation can be good to set boundaries, particularly when those boundaries are illegal or when those boundaries are crossing towards illegal behavior or crossing towards behavior that is exploiting people, which can often be illegal. I think that is the best future policy. And certain types of content need very specific moderation to set boundaries. They do need those boundaries because otherwise what happens is groups tend to naturally polarize. It's called group polarization. They tend to become more and more and more extreme from their initial views. For example, viewers become bored and they want you to do more and more and more. And we're talking about something like humiliation content. people are going to say, hey, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. Let's waterboard the guy. Okay, let's do this. Let's, hit the guy. Let's punch the guy. Let's drown the guy. Whatever. They're going to go further and further until it is extremely risky and, unfortunately, until bad things happen. And I'm not saying that happened necessarily in the case of Jean, but it's something that may be indicating a broader trend, which Jean can be swept up in. Even if this thing turns out to not have criminality or even liability, it certainly is pointing in a direction of, okay, what is going to be acceptable, what is going to be not acceptable, and we need to look at this as a road we're traveling down, and we can make slight corrections to the path, right? We can correct this properly, and we can end up in the right place. So what I can say here is we want this to be more like, and I just watched the Mr. Beast episode where he puts 2 people in jail, right? Free to leave anytime. There's a prize. Yes, they got challenges. They're mostly positive challenges, not hurtful, right? This is clearly okay. We're clearly okay with this type of content. This is not something that's going to offend people's mores or values, etc. Okay, they're voluntary. They can walk out anytime. They're not physically beaten. They're not, starved to the point where they're going to die, right? Okay, this is okay. We're clearly okay with this, but we're not okay with Squid Games, and we don't want.
Alrighty.
And what we may see if we keep pushing this is content looking more and more like Squid Games. And no matter what the platform is, whether it was Kick or YouTube, Twitch, whatever, all platforms can be susceptible to leaning down a pipeline and going too far. And I think in this case with Jean, we need to take a time not just to respect him and who he was as a person, but also to reflect on where we're going as a streaming community and as a society with this type of content. I want to know what you guys think in the comments.
Alrighty.
Have you heard of this case before? What are your thoughts? I will catch you on the next one.
I gotta be honest, I did not know what to expect. A 45-minute sequel to a GameCube game that I haven't played. I like Forgotten Land a lot, but I'm sorry, Sakurai, I don't love Kirby. I've never been super into Kirby, and this is another racing game, and we just had Mario Kart World, which I spent so much time in and kind of got a little bored of and moved on, so I didn't really know what to expect. And I went through some emotions, but at the end of it, I am so excited for Kirby Air Riders. There's so much going on here, and I want to try and break it down and tell you why I'm so excited for this. I need to start by saying that I adore Sakurai. I love this man and his work ethic and his approach to video games, his love for video games, but also his love for the people who play his games. He's so in tune with not only the video game industry and what makes a fun, unique, and refreshing experience with a video game, but also what the people that play his games want from his games, but also want to hear about his games and his development. Like, I went live 30 minutes before the event, and I did that so that I could kind of talk about my expectations and my questions, because even down to development times and the comparison between Mario Kart and Kirby, Sakurai talked about it all. In this event, he told us that he was approached by Nintendo while he was making Smash DLC to make a new Kirby Air Riders, and he told them that he was really busy right now, but he gave them a pitch for what he would like to do with it, and it was approved. So it's just really cool to hear from Sakurai how the development of this game came around in this direct. But furthermore, I was wondering how he was going to separate this from Mario Kart World, a game that just came out 2 months ago. And sure enough, he even talked about that in the start of the direct, talking about how he asked Nintendo. He pushed back and said, you guys are making a new Mario Kart. Are you sure you want my next game to be another racer type game? Like, it's so similar. And Nintendo ultimately said yes. And this is, again, the final thing that I said while I was waiting for this stream to start today. I said that it's Sakurai. So every element of this game is going to be overdeveloped in the best way. You just think about Smash Ultimate and everything that game had. 80 characters, each with its own moveset and special moves and different outfits and skins, and they all interact with each other in ways that somehow don't break the game, and all the different maps that do crazy.
The hell is this? Select shop? What does that mean?
Everything he does. So
oh, it's a 3 for 3. Oh, that's pretty cool.
He's going to go next level with everything in the game, and I really believe he did that, while at the same time making something that's retro and nostalgic, but also refreshingly new and unique. I really don't know how his brain works the way that it does. But now that I've set all of that up, and I know that was a lot, let's dive into the actual direct. So I will admit, when this first began, I was very whelmed. I was very surprised because I had just said
King Diddy.
expected this over the
King Bibi. King Diddy.
and the first 10 minutes was really just showing how you drive the cars. You don't have to press a button, they drive on their own, you just control the direction, and then you just press A to boost around corners, and here are some of the riders that you can pick between. They do like this really fun Smash style reveal.
Joey's here!
And also the carts that you can choose from. And the tracks just looked very empty and basic and barren, and there was nothing going on. In that first 10 minutes, I was just sat there panicking, and you can tell by the look on my face that I was really worried. What this ultimately was Sakurai just easing you into everything, and then he was about to ramp it up to 100. So in this first 10 minutes, you can see that the base control of this thing, it's similar to character has their own special ability, which already in itself is something that I would really have wanted from Mario Kart World. So already on its face value, you have Sakurai going Sakurai mode and giving every single character their own unique special ability. Even like the mushroom has a passive ability where the mushroom hat is a shield that can take a hit or two of damage before it falls off. So already each character is actually going to feel different to play as, whereas in Mario Kart World, you pick a character, any character, they'll have slight speed differences, but they'll feel the same to race. This is the level that Sakurai goes into, though, with every character actually feeling different. And then you combine that with all the different gliders that have very different play styles as well, and you're gonna get some really bigger and more exciting mix and mashups than you'll get in Mario Kart World. But it doesn't end there. You know how Kirby is Kirby? He can suck people in and steal their ability. Well, he can do that. Very Kirby thing to do, and also a lot of work animating that in this game. So yeah, very Sakurai, and you would think that's a lot. What else could he do? What else? How overboard could he go? Every character in this game can essentially do their version of sucking in another character and stealing their ability, which is so over the top because every character animates the ability differently. Because you have characters like the slime that only has a tongue, so he's got to hold on to like the sword ability with his tongue, whereas King Dedede can hold on to it with his hands. So every character is going to animate differently depending on the ability you have, and how they use the ability is going to be animated and look different, which is again the Sakurai level of detail and uniqueness. Also, just like in Kirby games, you don't have to swallow the ability and take it. You can also just spit out the person and use him as essentially a green shell or a red shell. So you have a lot of options when you race and when you play as to what abilities you want to take and how you want to use the abilities, or if you want to use them at all. There's also a lot more stats involved here than in the Mario Kart carts. There's like 8 different stats you need to think about when you're pairing up carts and races. Okay, now here's the thing. Again, up until this point, watching the footage, a lot of this stuff was cool, but the actual racing that I was seeing in the direct looked very minimal and unexciting. The reason why this direct is 45 minutes long is because twice Sakurai fully showcases the 2 big modes that you'll be playing. And here, he plays a whole lap in the traditional racing mode, and it is way more chaotic than the start of the direct was letting on. He immediately lets all the racers get ahead of him and get a head start, and then he starts barreling down the course, and there is legitimately so much going on in the levels. So many different hazards and effects and rails to grind on and enemies around. It really seems like, depending on how you play and what you choose to do, you really make your own way of playing. You make your own abilities depending on what you decide to steal or how you decide to use it. There's way more choice and the freedom of that.
What I want to do is go to challenge.
I think I like this.
Go to model dropped here.
I think it's more exciting, and it really is like the idea of Smash as a fighter, but turned into a racer. And there is actually fighting in there, because a lot of the abilities you use to like knock out other races, which is fun. But yeah,
Alright, let's see.
believe it or not, it's kind of the side mode.
Mocha.
Optional mode.
Let's look at Mocha. Make sure she
Because you essentially have the mechanics to do it, so why not? But the mode that he seems way more
Letting me have 40.
and the mode that he says that fans of Kirby Air Ride is
Valerie.
probably more excited to see and will probably spend more time in is the sandbox mode. Have you ever never played Smash Run on the 3DS? Because that is what this is. And I'm now realizing, and I had no
Doesn't have a shell on.
Smash Run
Why does it have a shell on?
inspired by this mode in the GameCube version of Kirby Air Riders. You have this sandbox of Skya, kind of looks like a miniature
What's she using though?
Mario Kart world map, where you get 5 minutes to run
With
free in the
Rush.
map. You drive around collecting as many power-ups as you can, and you essentially use the 5 minutes to get as beefed up as possible. But on top of that, there's world events that happen. There's passive world events that will change the gravity of the gliders, so you'll be able to fly more, for example. But there's also world events in the sense of, hey, if you come meet up in this area right now, there'll be a 30-second battle royale. And the winner of the Battle Royale will get an insane drop of boosts and items to help power and level you up when you get to the actual mini-game. So you have these in-world events, and then everyone who didn't want to be a part of that, and they're busy just collecting things, they'll see ghost versions of you and the other characters that opted in racing around, which is pretty cool. On top of the fact that you're doing it so that at the end of the 5 minutes, you vote and load into a mini-game, and depending on how you've leveled yourself up will depend on how good you do. So if you really leveled up top speed and speed, for example, and then the mini-game is who can drive the fastest, the furthest, in the shortest amount of time, you'll have a huge advantage. And ultimately, that is how you win this game mode, is by winning the mini game at the end. And again, with it being 5 minutes and then the mini game probably only being a couple minutes, it's just going to be so much fun to just do one more, and keep playing online like that. You can kind of get the idea of what mini game might happen at the end of the mode, so you might want to jump onto a certain glider or a certain kind of bike depending on what mode is coming up. There's so much strategy in how you play, what you collect, what cart you choose, and so much more. This is definitely a game where it's going to be fun to play, and you can even put into a casual slower mode if you just want to enjoy the racing or just want to enjoy the game. But if you really want to master it,
Don't let me calm down. It's so fucking adorable. Ah. So cute. I love my bubbles so fucking much. I love my bubbles. Alright. Done. Good.
Image of the boosts being PNGs around the world. I was thinking to myself while watching it, I love that it's still the old PNGs from Smash Run, because again, both games were Sakurai, and even in Smash Run,
Alright, now
PNG, they looked exactly like these items, and he showed in this old footage of Kirby Air Riders 1, and they looked the same in there too. It was an intentional choice to keep them looking.
no, it is, and that's what you want to do. You want to be nostalgic.
Food in the world, these really high detailed food items that you can pick up, but for some reason, and the reason is nostalgia,
going to Pokemon, boys. Let's get it up.
JPEG images the same way they've always been, and I think that's another
Pokemon time.
what this game is. And while
Pizza
I was
time.
watching the trailer, I kept thinking about
Pizza
this
time.
game is so GameCube era, and I know obviously it's a direct sequel to a GameCube game, but when I play Mario Kart World, I'm not thinking to myself, man, this feels like a GameCube game. This feels like Double Dash. This feels like we've gone back in time with a new, fresh version of it. It kind of just feels like a Switch 2 evolution of Mario Kart World. There's just something so inherently charming and old school and GameCube about this, in the way it's developed and the way that it's presented, while at the same time looking like a new, fresh, fast-paced, and frantic version of the game. And again, I am not a Kirby fan, really, and I never played Air Riders 1, and I gotta be honest, I'm not even that big in racer games. So the fact that I look at this and I'm excited for the chaos, I think it's just because it's the way Sakurai makes games. They're wild, they're frantic, they're so much more at their core than what they're trying to be. And you talk about Sakurai's humor, if you are the only one that cues in for the
I need my controller. Not this controller. I know it's right here. Turned it all the way down, that's why. Hello? Hold on. For some reason it's not popping up. Give me a second. It's not popping up for some reason. I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in. Maybe that'll fix it. Not showing up. I'm so confused. Why is it not showing up? Hold on. I'm gonna unplug it real quick. For some reason it's not wanting to pop up on the screen. I'm trying to figure out why it's not wanting. Yeah, it's not popping up. Hold on 1 second, guys. Why is it not popping up? Is it? Hold on. I'm gonna have to figure out why it's not popping up. Why is it not popping up? Let's see. Okay, my thing's about to freeze, guys. I'll be right back. Froze.